Hello, and welcome back to the next part of our adventure of giving Kaiser the Mojave. Now, real quick, before we pick up where we left off, in the spirit of full disclosure and transparency, which is something I always want on this channel, you might notice that Ash has perhaps a difference in caps or some skills than when we last left off. And that is because my computer suffered, to put it lightly, an epic catastrophic failure, and I was left with, quite figuratively, a brand new PC. So I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, well, why didn't you just save from the cloud or just use that? And that is because I am about 2 steps behind in reality from putting on a tinfoil hat. I don't like the idea of the cloud. I don't like having my saves or files on somebody else's computer or server, essentially. So what I usually do is I save my files like as a backup on a USB, but due to my own laziness, I hadn't done so since we had defeated Joe Cobb in Good Springs. So I had to go from there, and while I'm sitting here now realizing I could have just watched my own video and did everything exact, that's hindsight, at which I didn't do, to put it bluntly. So yeah, there's going to be some slight differences. I think I took a different skill at one point, but I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. I see the term gaslighting often used on Reddit quite a bit. So no, I'm not gaslighting you. Everything is essentially the same, but you just might notice some small differences like that. Consequently, as well, the character I had been using for my live streams, she's completely gone, so I will have to remake her at some point, and that is our Yes Man playthrough. So instead of remaking her, I've just been also doing a live stream of this character, Ash, as well. Now, even if I do continue live streaming that, I will always end up making an edited video. So just a heads up, if live streams are not for you, which I understand completely, there's always going to be a video made. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And another big thank you to everyone who comes for the live stream, who's been kind enough to comment, leave a like. That is just so kind of you, and I can't even begin to express just how much that means to me. It's so nice to see other people who either just like Fallout, like the Legion, or just want to see something new. So again, a big thank you. But yeah, let's pick up where we left off. We are going to go into the Bison Steve Hotel, like our boss asked us to try and rescue Deputy Beagle. And we last saw Deputy Beagle, well, we last saw his sister. She didn't have a head. So just FYI. Ooh, hello. You also might notice too, I've started to gather things like grenades, just to kind of give us an extra little boost. Also, things like the 5.56 ammo and some of the Magnum rounds as well. And the reason for that is eventually we are going to get an additional companion. I'll leave it at that. But it's an additional companion who's going to be our gunslinger. Ooh, cat eye. We're going to need that for low light situations. It's going to be good to have a little bit of backup, especially when we're the ones running headfirst into trouble. Okay, and of course, save before we hack. There we go. Disengaging lock. Okay. Ooh, drugs. Okay, so also, depending whether you want to play... Ooh, can't open that just yet. Whether you're watching this because you don't want to play as Legion, but you still want to see the story, or you're wanting to play your own Legion game and just like having something else in the background, any reason's good. If you really... Oh. If you really want to get into it, you can actually play without using any kind of stim pack or alcohol or drugs. Sounds kind of lame, but no. But you can do that, and that actually is a lot of fun to do roleplay wise. That's one of the great things about this game is really it's what you make it. Now, because Ash is a woman, and I usually do prefer to play as female characters, because obviously I myself am a lady. That makes it so we're not officially Legion yet, even though it is what we want. That is our end goal. The Legion does not take... Oh, here we go. Ooh. Tales of a Chunktown jerky vendor. The Legion might take Tales of a Chunktown jerky vendor. I don't know. But women do not take combat roles in the Legion. We do know that the Frumentari, which is their secret police, do employ women. But as you can see, we're not very sneaky. We're not very Frumentari-like. So we're not officially Legion. Again, we're wanting to be, but, you know, because we're not, I don't see any problem with doing chems or having a robot or anything like that just yet. Now, I did manage on our last playthrough... You know, it might help if I actually click the right things. To grab a couple of grenades. And that just helps us with... Before we run in head first, we're going to soften people up. Hot potato. We had the cannibal perk. We could boil and mash and stick them in a stew. Or I could light myself on fire. Either one. Our explosion isn't very high yet. But I will say the Legion does frown on cannibalism. And don't worry, I got a band-aid for Eddie here. Come here, buddy. You've earned it. He's good. That's what I love about him. He gets up pretty fast. Oh, that looks so good. Now, I am mostly Greek, and, you know, you can either say Greek barbecue or solva, whatever one you want. It's usually done with the lamb, but I don't eat lamb personally, so this looks really good. This was a common sight growing up. Okay, over here we can see Deputy Beagle, but before we go to rescue him, number one, we're going to heal up. Two, we'll keep an eye out for any of those star bottle caps. We need about 50 of them before we can go see Festus. And we're also going to make sure this place is cleaned out. This water, he can wait. He's not going anywhere. Okay, and of course we are going to save.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my fingers, but my hands are numb.
You must be Deputy Beagle.
Why, yes I am. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'd be most appreciative if you'd set me free.
I hear you may have information on some cons that came through here with a guy in a checkered coat. Or checkered suit.
My good lady, I believe I may have some information that would prove useful. If you would just untie my hands, I'd be more than happy to share that information I have with you.
Well, we can't pass the speech check just yet, but I'll set you free now.
Oh, that's just marvelous. I think I'll be making my way outside now. The air's a little close in here.
Okay, so we can pass the speech check of having him join us in a fight, but Ash is a woman of honor, and this guy is a coward. He's a slug, and I don't want him sullying up my honor. Sure, run away. You don't look like you'd be much help.
Then I'll defer to your superior appraisal of character and prowess in contests of arms, and see you outside.
So now I know I did just say that we are not a part of the Legion yet. I guess I'm going to kind of contradict myself a little bit with what I'm going to say. And it's going to be kind of an unintentional Bible quote. But so real quick, we can leave right now. Leave whoever is left in the hotel. Just leave them in here. But we did promise our boss that we would clean out this hotel. And because we are Legion, or at least we hope to be, we're not going to leave behind any loose ends, and our end goal is to get the Mojave for Kaisar. It is our gift, our tribute to him, and we're not going to give it to him without it being the best that we can give it to him as. He is the son of Mars after all, so I'm going to clean this place out before we head out. I will turn my Pip-Boy light on as well, because we don't have to worry about sneaking. I'll come back to this. We can also see, too, a lot of these guys have NCR dollars on them. We do also learn later that they're really not worth the paper that they're printed on. I could go into a rant from there, but I'm not going to. You know, I will say at least the Legionary... the Legion coins are made with actual gold, but gold really isn't going to do much for you in the desert. Your best bet really is bottle caps, because it is backed by water. You gotta appreciate how Eddie is like the ATF, just like busting down doors, playing crazy music. I'll let you get that, Eddie. He either leaves you like a mess of limbs, or if you're lucky, an ash pile that doesn't feel any pain anymore. Oh, we don't need any of this. This is some pretty cool stuff, but we don't quite need it. Oh, Skyrim physics. Oh, cabinet key. I'm probably not going to end up using a lot of this dynamite, just simply for... Hey, leave my robot alone. I just prefer, grenades.
What was that?
It's really the only issue I have with Eddie is he'll end up going to do his own thing, and I can never find him. Which isn't an issue right now, but when we get to certain missions where we have to collect things, it can be a pain in the tuchus. Oh man, I bet this place smells fantastic. Mm. I swear, if I end up seeing a pair of twins that just go, come play with us, Ash, forever and ever, I'm gonna be done. That'd be pretty cool with the Wild Wasteland perk if we just see, like, Jack Nicholson beating on a door. Which I know this is gonna be sacrilege to say, but I love Stanley Kubrick's Shining way more than I liked the book. But if you couldn't tell from my constant references to Dr. Strangelove, I'm a big Stanley Kubrick fan. But yeah. In the background, you might hear some squeaking. I apologize. That is my corgi, Bowie. She will not play with her toys all day, but the second she sees I'm recording, she will. She's lucky she's cute. Okay, I think that might be everything. Okay, I'm just gonna take one quick look through, just make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, God. I just need to carry a little vacuum cleaner around. Oh. Real fast, ransom note. Mr. Peterson, if you want to see your wife alive again, bring the cash in small unmarked bills to the Bison Steve on Tuesday. I wonder if this was Mr. Peterson or the guy writing the ransom note. Oh, I wonder if she was here. Gonna gather these up. So this person either went out feeling on top of the world or went out feeling nothing at all. I'd appreciate those little physics of just skeletons flying. It is almost Halloween after all. Okay, I think that we are good. Let's get out of here. Which is going to be a whole other challenge on itself. But yeah, this place looks like it stinks to high heaven. Okay. And here was that door that we opened that we're going to come back to. Going to take that doctor's bag. That'll fix any crippling limbs that we have. Okay, I already took that. Okay, we're good. Let's head on out. As I said before, the path to glory is paved with other people's things, so I'm gonna make sure I get everyone else's things. Okay, where is Beagle? Hey, brah, we got some bones to pick.
Well, that was quite an adventure. We taught those convicts a thing or two, didn't we? Breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Not to diminish your role in it, of course, but it was quite thrilling. Problem is, there's still no law in Prim. What are we to do the next time ruffians menace us and hold us hostage?
Oh my God, Beagle, you are so lucky there is no HR in this world. Okay, can you tell me about the man in the checkered suit who came through here?
Ah, yes. My memory is much clearer now that I'm free from my bondage. I was performing recon, gathering information on some of the powder gangers, when some great cons arrived with your friend in the suit. They were talking about some delivery they took from a courier. I assume that was you? They said they'd be heading through Nipton to Novak to meet a contact there.
Okay, real quick,
again.
Let's get some more info.
I don't suppose you've decided to help Prim find its next sheriff?
So, wait, what are you talking about? You're the sheriff now.
Oh, no. I'm just the deputy, and I can't be a deputy without a sheriff. It's called chain of command.
Oy. What are the qualifications for a sheriff?
It should be someone brave like you, but more of a homebody. Someone who'll settle down and watch over us. I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers who has some experience as a sheriff. He may be a good choice. Also, with the NCR so close by, you may be able to get them to take over the town. Not sure why they haven't helped out already.
Because it's the NCR. So, real quick, I mean, he is deputy. Why is he skulking in here and not trying to, I guess, help people out? What are you doing in here?
Well, a deputy isn't much good without a sheriff. So I figured I'd come in here and protect these good people until someone finds us a new one.
Goodbye.
Maybe next time you can bring a new sheriff back with you.
Real quick, too. Let's go talk to Johnson Nash. Let him know that we cleared out the hotel for him and that, get any ideas of who we should get for a sheriff.
You got that old robot up and running again? How's it working out for you?
Oh, he's doing good. Oh, great. We can actually use him for bartering now, so we'll do that off screen. How can I help bring rule of law back to Prim?
Your guess is as good as mine. You might luck upon someone who's a natural-born sheriff. I heard of one fellow what got himself locked in that NCR jailhouse up I-15. And maybe that ain't the best credential, but a sheriff's a sheriff. I imagine the NCR would be able to bring some law to the town, too. But from what I've seen, they barely got the firepower to protect themselves.
Sounds like NCR. So, what about Prim Slim? Could he be sheriff? And, of course, we know Prim Slim is the cowboy robot.
Well, I guess I never thought of that. I guess he could be sheriff. If you think he could be reprogrammed for it.
All right, well, that's always an option. I'll find Prim a new sheriff.
Finally decided to make yourself useful, huh? If you can bring the law back to Prim, we'll all be in your debt.
All right, sounds good.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we now have another mission, and that is to find a new sheriff for this town. So, once again, this is going to be a pretty important little, I suppose, a fork or trident in the road, depending on how many prongs there are. But what makes the town of Prim important is this right here, the Mojave Express. Now, we also learned from other people that you don't mess with the people who bring you your mail. And it doesn't need much saying that mail is information, mail is supplies. So this is, while it may look a little backwater, this is a pretty important spot here in the Mojave. You know, the Mojave Express doesn't normally get messed with, and that's why, you know, people were so surprised that a courier was shot in the head, especially if you listen to the Mr. New Vegas radio. It's a pretty big shock. When we talk to other people as well, they're surprised that we got jumped, especially in this kind of territory. You know, even bandits know, don't mess with couriers, they bring you your mail. So we can either have Myers, who Beagle mentioned, who is in the NCR correctional facility, and that's where the powder gangers currently are. Let's pull it up on our map real fast. We're vilified there, and that's because the powder gangers are there, and we may have killed a couple, 2-3 of them. So we can go check out Myers, or we can go right across the street, see what the NCR will do for us, or we can get our science up and talk to Prim Slim. Again, this is going to be a pretty important decision in the long run. I'm not going to go into spoiler territory much right here, especially. So next time we meet, we are going to talk to the NCR, and we'll also see if we can break into the correctional facility and see what Myers is all about. But Prim, it's an important spot, and we're gonna see what we can do to help it out. So on that note, later days, everyone.